that something? I'll be in touch.
What? The guy really knows how to make an exit.
Hey, Hunter, when you get a chance, could you meet me at the chapel?
How old is this game? Everybody looks like a block.
Oh, this was a huge hit when I was a kid.
So you mean like last week?
Ha ha. Seriously, playing this game was invaluable training for becoming a real-life hero.
Except there's no Spider-Man in it.
And there's no Wolverine either. This was made when we were both free agents. But don't worry, we'll be video game stars one day.
Captain America can't jump that high in real life.
You okay? Doesn't sound like you're having any fun.
This game is ridiculous. I mean, they don't even have Thor in it.
Sounds like I missed an interesting encounter with Johnny Blaze.
I'm so happy Robbie got to work alongside one of his idols. Hey, Hunter. Nico told me to tell you she's in the chapel. So, like, I guess she wants you to meet her?
We were so close to having the parchment of power.
Just go to the chapel, all right? I'm not Nico's messaging service. Blaze has always been a bit of a showboat. Probably modeled some of the wrong ideas for Robbie. But I don't think Robbie will ever turn out like Blaze. At least I hope not. We don't need another Johnny Blaze. Johnny sure left an impression on Robbie. I ain't much of a conversationalist. More of a fighter.
All this excitement has really got me thinking about forming a team of my own. Spider.
Motorcycles, hell rides, legions of Solus? Bummed I missed out. Do you think Johnny Blaze might let me drive the Hell Cycle? Seems like it might have more kick than a Kree starship. I kind of figured this operation would take a while. There's a lot of moving parts to keep track of. What's 2 months in the scope of things, really? It takes time to stop a god. Space can be a little isolating. It's nice to be around.
Where did Blaze get that shotgun? If I had a gun like Blaze's, it would shoot metal spikes. I guess those are basically bullets. This thing is called the Parchment of Power. What an original name. Did it come out of the Scroll of Importance? Or the Book of Usefulness? If you'll excuse me, I have to go back to reading my Journal of Practical Medical Details. This room needs more microscopes.
Hunter, Nico's in the chapel. Thinks she's waiting for you. Don't know why, so don't ask.
You don't make a bad first impression.
There's 2 months I'll never get back. We better win this thing. You know how many new vampires are born in 2 months? Too many. Look how fast days turn into months around here. Time goes by quick when you keep busy. People need a place to unwind. Wouldn't mind a dartboard, though.
There you are. Nico was looking for you. I think she said she was going to the chapel. Robbie's going to be the key to getting the parchment. Robbie's a good egg. Maybe he'll get Blaze to see the light. Blaze doesn't have a reputation for being a team player. I don't mind stretching my legs. It's the sitting on my butt I can do without.
I don't think Blaze was supposed to read the Parchment of Evil. Oh well, Not my problem. Your mom's gonna turn hell over looking for that guy. Can motorcycles outspeed Solus and ghouls and whatever else Lilith has? Does Blaze have demon insurance on his sweet ride? It's a lifesaver. Nico bet that I couldn't beat her high score. Now I'm out $20.
Is the parchment of power really that important? Can we just get the crib notes version? Is there a knockoff parchment of power we could grab? Something that's good enough? I mean, I have some experience with forgery. Allegedly. I could draft us a brand new parchment of power. I know a guy with power bracelets. We could use those in a pinch if this parchment thing doesn't pan out. All right, enough about the parchment. Let's talk peppermint gum. Anyone have a piece? This whole room is bigger than my last 4 apartments.
Nico says...
At least we know it's with Johnny Blaze.
After some intense combat, I love to unwind with video games. Clash of Hellions, maybe Warman 3. Ninja with a shotgun is a great one.
There must not be anything here. Autumn thinks otherwise. Hippus does not seem to agree. Sees our path. Set regards no obstacles. Autumn must not see it that way.
Banner thinks he's so clever with this demonic barrier, but I promise you, I'm gonna have the last laugh.
This isn't about one-upmanship, Tony. Just let me focus, and I can get Hunter through the barrier.
What's the holdup?
Besides your incessant grumbling about Banner in my ear, I haven't yet found a way to properly shield the Hunter to pass through the barrier.
Yeah, sure. While you're working on your magic fairy dust, I'll figure out how we get the parchment back here. It's too dangerous to be left out there in the wild.
It's not fairy dust. That's all wrong for this job. And if this sanctum was still around, that would have been the perfect place to store the parchment.
Well, it's gone, and Banner's still out there taunting me. So let's hurry up and get some answers.
I have a few theories on who sent it.
While you were on your little fetch quest, I made some breakthroughs on the Gamma front. Hunter, do you have a spare Gamma accelerator? I'm serious. What kind of ancient hero are you if you don't have the latest experimental Gamma technology in your back pocket?
Of course, but I put them in my Gamma pants. Sorry.
You have Gamma pants? Jealous?
Do you not have other things to be focusing on right now?
Well, no, actually. Among other things, I'm trying to figure out how to breach that nasty barrier of go away that Banner managed to throw up around the HYDRA lab. Strange swears up and down that he'll be able to pierce the veil. If he can deliver, great. Otherwise, he should get out of the way, you know?
The rivalry between you and Strange is somewhat amusing, but the time for amusements is running out. You need to find a way to work together.
Are you kidding me? I love the Doc. Yeah, he's a little stiff, but we're like brothers. I even let him use my beard trimmers.
You still feel confident in your plan to destroy the parchment with the accelerator?
Well, I've been going over my father's files. He had big plans for this thing. Let's just say I don't think anything would withstand being on the wrong end of it at the wrong time.
You believe your father had ill intent for this device?
He had ill intent for everything. But this, in particular. I think he was trying to find a way to unlock the scientific essence of magic itself. So in a way, it's kind of poetic. I'm gonna use Dad's shady tech to stop Banner's shady treachery.
Forget about revenge, Tony. Think about the ways that technology could be used for good. I cannot allow my own vengeance to consume me.
Well, I see your point. I don't want to wallow in the muck, stay above it, etc., etc. Look, I'm not getting anything done. I'll tell you what, let's find this Gamma accelerator, bring Banner back from the dark side, stop your mom, and then we can sit down and have a nice chat. I've got this awesome new juicer back at my place. We can do it there.
Juicer?
Oh, you'll love it. It would juice your shoes if you let it. In the meantime, back to work. This pesky snag of not possessing the parchment is one of our production hurdles. I could go on about how all this research takes up a lot of brain power. Or, you know, talk about my feats of rapid engineering to make a Darkhold page-destroying machine. Because all this gamma radiation is not good for my cellular composition. I mean, what if I became a Hulk as a result? Well, none of it matters because Hell's greatest stuntman out there has the last page of the Darkhold. Caretaker isn't big on the idea of hardwiring this place to an arc reactor. As far as I can tell, power here is distributed mostly via cobwebs and ghost farts anyway.
Johnny knows the truth, but he's keeping this close to the vest. In the scope of things, I suppose a few months isn't much, but I'm always amazed at how quickly we lose track of time during these heroic capers. Lilith and her minions have kept us so busy I've barely noticed the days drifting into long nights spent in the forge. and the days turn into months as our campaign against evil spreads throughout the world. This must be what so many soldiers have felt throughout the ages. In the scope of things, I suppose a few months isn't much, but I'm always amazed at how quickly we lose track of time during these heroic capers.
Would you rather fight 5 tiny Deadpools or a single giant?
Trust me, Magic. Tomorrow is gonna be epic.
I just hope Caretaker doesn't stop us.
No one can stop us. I just need to get Hunter on board. Are you just gonna stand there, or are you gonna take a seat?
Hunter?
Catch any ghosts today, girl?
There you are, Hunter. Nico has something she'd like to discuss with you.
You wanted to see me?
You won't believe this, but we did it.
Did what?
Remember that first account of Lilith corruption I found in the Book of Thoth?
You mean the story of the ancient pharaoh who was struck down with corruption and the traveling light worker who purified him?
That's the one.
Of course I remember.
Well, Magic and I finally transcribed the incantation the Lightworker used. And I'm pretty sure we can use it to finally remove your psycho mom's corruption over Wanda.
I have to say, I am impressed.
You mean that?
Yes, I do.
Thanks, Hunter. That means a lot coming from you. But before you heap on the praise, there's something I should tell you. Full disclosure, the reason the Lightworker died was because he had to take on all that dark energy into his body, and he just couldn't handle it. I tried finding a workaround, but all the texts on Chaos Magic said the same thing. Corruption can't be destroyed. It has to go somewhere or to, like, somebody. So whoever removes it from Wanda will also have to absorb it.
I will absorb it.
You will? You're not, like, scared you're gonna, like, fall to her darkness?
Lilith's darkness cannot corrupt me.
Right, because you are just so good and pure that you could never ever fall.
Correct?
Well, at least you're on board.
When is this happening?
As soon as we break back into Banner's lab. Oh, and just one more thing, so listen up because it's kinda crucial. I'm gonna need you to memorize the incantation and recite it verbatim when you see Wanda in his lab. It's the only way to subdue her. It goes... Ego sum tenebris et venunt in domum suam iubet dominus. Ego sum tenebris domum domini praecepta ior. Think you can remember that, Hunter?
I can handle anything.
That's my favorite resurrected half-demon demon hunter. You need to memorize those lines as if your own life depends on it. Because it just might. Remember to study your lines, Hunter, because you do not want to screw this up.
Why, hello, Hunter. Yes?
2 months of fighting Lilith. Hopefully not that many to go, because I have travel plans. Has it really been 2 months since your arrival? Feels like you've been part of the team for so much longer.
Set must not be listening today.
Hunter, I've got a theory. Wanna hear it? My theory is that it's underappreciated work to be an awesome, badass loner. I mean, did you see what happened when Blaze read the parchment aloud? That was an act of mad genius.
He definitely destroyed a lot of Solus. I can give him that.
Oh my god, really? The man unleashes the apocalypse on the forces of evil, and the most you can give him is an attaboy. Tough crowd.
After all that, we still do not have the parchment. Without it, we cannot destroy it.
Here's the thing. He's got no one to rely on. It's just him out there, facing this stuff all alone. He's not gonna give us something like the parchment easily. I think we all need to cut him some slack.
The one who deserves all the slack is you, Robbie. You have grown so much since I first met you.
You really think so?
I know so. Forget Blaze and keep the focus on you. There is a mad genius somewhere in you as well.
Oh. I don't know about that. But maybe I am too hard on myself sometimes.
Save that hardness for HYDRA.
Seeing Blaze in action really solidified some things for me, Hunter.
And what is that?
I still got a long way to go if I ever want to make my mark as a spirit of vengeance.
Then you have work to do.
Yeah, I do. It's just hard to gain that kind of confidence when I'm always left on the sidelines. Anyways, I had to tune up the ride. She really took a beating out in the desert. Man, I just wish I could have brought my brother Gabe along. He'd love this place.
I am disappointed, child. We must talk. The fool Blaze risks us all with his reckless antics, blindly wielding the parchment of power like a child with their first wooden sword. Who knows what horrors he could have unleashed? We are fortunate he did not destroy us all.
Had you not forced his hand, perhaps he would not have used it, Mother.
Men like Blaze need little justification for their actions, don't they? Besides, it was not I who set the soulless upon you. It's bad enough you and your misguided heroes are hell-bent on keeping the parchment from me. If someone, something else were to get their hands on that wretched thing.
Wretched? You would speak ill of your precious Darkhold?
The Darkhold is many things. Precious is not one of them. The book has a will of its own. It enslaves, then destroys any soul foolish enough to try and tame it. No matter how strong they may think they are. Better to help me contain the damage, lest it consume us all.
Your forces butcher all in their path. You send assassins to cut our throats. Forgive me if I failed to believe you were trying to help us, Mother.
Not us, child. You. Everything I do is for you. Despite how it may seem at this moment, that will never change. The parchment of power will be found. The Darkhold will be made whole. He wills it so. Secret guardians, sorcerers, and tinkerers, your so-called family will shatter before the coming storm. But you and I will stand tall, precious child, united before the eye of the midnight sun.
I would not count on that, Mother. What you doing, Charlie?
Did anyone hit recall when Blaze was reading the parchment? It could be useful to have an audio version of the Parchment of Power. So, now that Blaze read the evil page, are we doomed? How long does it take for the apocalypse to set in?
Johnny read from the big bad book. That's a very Johnny Blaze thing to do.
There are gonna be consequences for Blaze reading from the Parchment of Power. There are always gonna be consequences.
The Parchment of Power's ability to conjure walls of fire is, as Stark would say, a feature, not a bug. Strange also said don't read the Parchment of Power. A lot of times. So many times that I listened.
Never seen a book create a wall of hellfire before? Rookie.
Did you see that wall of flame? I bet they saw that in space. I wonder if it spelled anything. I didn't understand a word he said when he read those pages. Latin wasn't my best subject. Was it Latin? Didn't Cthon write it at the dawn of time, which, according to my knowledge, seems like it was before Latin was invented?
I wish my phone was directions. I wonder if there's a spell for that.
Blaze tempts fate all the time. Guy's got very little respect for things more powerful than himself. That's the kind of crazy you gotta respect, even if you don't approve.
Sup, Ancient One? Magic says you've been with us for 2 months. That's a good sign. I think she's coming out of her shell. Tony Stark used to be the ultra-rich jerk I saw on TV. Now, he's the...
You have problem?
I heard the Darkhold pages were dangerous, but I did not expect gouts of fire belching into the sky. I was thinking more like curses.
I ain't much of a conversationalist. More of a fighter.
Of all the things to use magic for.
Johnny's a damn good ghostwriter, but he sucks at following simple instructions. No Darkhold page is to be taken lightly, especially not the Parchment of Power. Blaze really screwed us over on this one. He sent up a supernatural beacon saying, "We have the Parchment of Power here." Trying to hit the gem in a haunted house is easier said than done. I'm glad we have the space out here.
Hey, if I kick the bucket, can you make sure to leave me somewhere private to regenerate? I don't want to scar any children.
Just point us at the enemy.
I mean, Johnny used the parchment and whooped all kinds of soulless butt. That's a good thing, right? But he also read from the Darkhold, which is a bad thing. We Ghost Riders tempt fate all the time, though. And we're still kicking. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Sorry if I went a little heavy on the aftershave, but it's not easy covering up sulfur, you know?
Grizzly old biker dudes. They just do whatever they want. Oh, might as well have handed the page over to Lilith.
Parchment of power is not to be trifled with. Am I the only one who listened to Caretaker and Strange?
It was disturbingly reckless of Johnny Blaze to read that page. No single spell in the Darkhold comes without a price.
Wow, Blaze didn't hesitate to read. Is that Latin? Mine's rusty. Also, did Old Skullhead just damn us?
Johnny Blaze put us all in danger. I don't trust soldiers who are that impulsive.
I guess Johnny Blaze didn't get the don't read from the evil grimoire. Blaze's defense, Strange does send out a lot of memos.
We don't know the forces we're meddling with. We might as well have emailed our location directly to HYDRA.
Now more than ever, we must destroy the Parchment of Power as soon as possible.
Listen, Doc, I think this plan is the craziest one you've come up with yet.
It's not crazy if it works, and it will work. You have to have faith.
Oh, I've got all the faith in the world, because the alternative is not good. Capital N, capital G.
We will pierce Banner's barrier, and we will take the accelerator.
Taking your sudden confidence here is a good sign. Now we just have to explain it to Hunter.
Yes, although the dog armor may take extra explanation.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Stop the bus. Did you just say you want me to make dog armor? Why would the dog need armor?
Not armor for dogs, armor made from a... sort of dog.
I'm sorry, you are Dr. Stephen Vincent Strange, right? Did I take a wrong turn at Frankenstein's room?
I assure you it's not at all what it sounds like. And why do you know my middle name?
Don't change the subject. If you think I'm gonna help you turn some poor pooch into a new cape, you're out of your mind.
It's a legendary shadow hound known to have preyed on countless innocent victims, both human and animal alike.
Oh. Well, why didn't you just say that then?
Dark forces from 1,000 worlds just saw the Parchment of Power. There goes our element of surprise.
How's it going, boss? Should be interesting. Sometimes, I even impress myself.